Once again, pull up on the feet, and the knees come down, perhaps a fraction of an inch farther. All right, good. And now if you'll relax the knees. All right, good, and a third time, all right? So pull up hard on the feet, and the knees come down, and don't slump down now. You see what a nice straight position Lynn is maintaining here. All right, good. And now relax. All right, fine. All right, I would like to now review with you that very wonderful Cobra exercise for eliminating all the tension in your back. So this is a very valuable technique to know, and I hope you learn it carefully. You'll be using it for your entire life. So Lynn, if you will now just let go of that, and if you'll come gracefully into a lying position, good, fine, and if you rest with your cheek on the floor and the hands at the sides, all right? Now, again, if you're just joining us, then you must observe the movements perhaps once, and you'll do it with us a second time. All right, now, we want you to rest your forehead on the floor. All right. We want you to very gracefully bring your hands in and place them beneath your shoulders with the fingers in this position, pointing toward one another. All right, now, very slowly, we're going to raise only the head first. So it bends back very slowly, and of course, it massages the cervical vertebrae. All right, and now, if you will slowly continue to push on up, but so slowly that the back is continually curved, that is, the spine is curved, and let's stop right there for now. That's fine. That's as high as you should go. And that you are always back. Your head is back, and this area is always curved, and relax your legs. Good. Let us come down slowly now, Lynn. All right. Good. All right, that was very good. And the chin goes out, and you're going to rest the forehead on the floor. All right? Good. Now that you remember the movements, let's do it, and perhaps raise just a little higher this time. So we're going to come up, make sure your hands are in the right position. Only the head moves back first. See how that is now? Push down with the hands. All right, remember the spine is curved. Huh? All right, and now, Lynn, come up just a little higher than you were previously. Right there is good, huh? Yes, I think that's fine. The legs are relaxed, and of course the emphasis is on the base of the spine. All right, splendid. We'll come down now very slowly after that 10-second hold, and you'll be just amazed at how much tension is relieved through this very simple series of movements. Forehead rests on the floor. Now, I'll ask you to bring your arms back to the sides gracefully, please, and to rest your cheek on the floor. And now just to go completely limp for a moment. It's tremendously relaxing, isn't it? Of course, because you've stretched away the tensions. Stretching is nature's tranquilizer. Let's review this side raise exercise for firming, all right? So Lynn, if you roll over onto your left side, okay, and assume that position with the hands, all right? It's really quite simple. Now we're going to raise one leg first, all right? So let's do that. All right, that leg will come up into the air, come up quite high, that's the left leg you're raising, and now you'll come down slowly, all right? And now we'll go with both legs. So make an effort now. Do it now, Lynn. Feet remain together. Good. And now come down slowly. Good. Relax there a moment. All right. And now once more, Lynn, right? Bring up the legs. Good. Relax there a moment. And come down slowly. Now let's try it on the opposite side. All right? So, Lynn, if you'll just show us how one turns over gracefully. You must think of yourself as a dancer in every one of these movements. Now, we'll raise the left leg. All right, so let's do that, Lynn. Good. All right, that's fine right there, yes. Lynn can go quite high. She's showing us more of a moderate position. Now we'll bring the leg down. You mustn't grow impatient in the holds, you see. The holding has the real benefit for us. Now, both legs for 5 seconds. Ready? Up, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down, right? Try to keep the feet together if you can, all right? And one last time. Now, up, all right? Good, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down slowly. And if you're getting up only an inch or two, that's splendid to begin with, all right? Now, if you will very gracefully sit up, Lynn, show us how to do that. So you roll over there on the abdominal area, and now push on up, and come into that simple cross-legged position, if you will. Yes? All right. All right, that looked very, very good, Lynn. Let's now speak of the classical yoga seated postures. If you will observe Cheryl, you will recognize this simple cross-legged position that I've asked you to assume from time to time. The purpose of sitting this way is twofold. First, the knees and thighs are greatly aided by this stretching, this outward stretching movement, and indeed it imparts flexibility to the knees. And secondly, there are a number of important techniques which we'll want to do that require a seated posture in which one attains a sense of equilibrium and balance. And this is the classical position that is used. Now, Cheryl is in a cross-legged posture, and there are also those lotus postures that we'll discuss later. But right now, I would like for all of us to make sure we understand exactly how this posture is assumed. And so I would ask you all to stretch your legs straight out. Let's do that, Cheryl. All right. Now, it's simply a question of crossing the ankles, if you will, and then just sort of sliding the legs in as far as they will go. All right, so you do that now. Now, we know full well the problems that are involved here. Those of you who, for one reason or another, may have excess weight or some difficulties with the limbs, you may find yourself in a rather awkward feeling position like so. You may even have to support yourself with your hands back here, and I would say for you to do that, so that even if you're in this position, I want you to try to remain there for a few moments. And perhaps you're a little lower, and then some of you may even be as far down as Cheryl is, with the knees close to the floor. It doesn't matter where you are. I simply want you in this cross-legged posture. All right? Yes. Now, I would like you to pay very careful attention to what I'm going to say, and I'll ask you if you can just sit this way now for a few moments. There is a yoga proverb which goes, "Life is in the breath, and therefore he who only half breathes half lives." The way in which we breathe directly affects our physical and mental health and determines to a great extent the length and quality of our lives. The primary source of our sustenance is derived not from food or water or sleep, but from an element in the air that we breathe. Now in yoga, this element is known as prana, P-R-A-N-A, or life force. Now, prana is not the air itself, but the subtle life-giving element extracted from the air. The more life force you have in your body, the more alive you are. And the less life force, the less life. It's as simple as that. Now, you understand this life force is present in all forms of nourishment, but it is most immediate and most accessible in the air. Now, most people have the habit of shallow breathing, that is, using only the upper part of the lungs. Even when a so-called deep breath is attempted, the lungs are usually only partially filled. The primary objective of the complete breath that we're about to learn is to utilize the lungs in their entirety and to extract the most life force possible. This increased prana will improve the quality of your blood, complexion, and general health, and will help you with a great many problems.